This is a really quick practice. We'll be doing standing poses, balance poses, twists, supine poses, and even the savasana in this short practice. One of the things I've been really excited about in practicing lately is this idea of working with a cactus pose to lengthen the side body, take the heads of the arm bones back, and get a nice opening in the upper chest. Let's begin on hands and knees. In your tabletop position, look back at your feet. Your toes should be tucked under. Your toes are lined up with your knees. On the in breath, you're drawing your heart forward and lifting your chin. On the exhale breath, you're getting this nice fullness to the back body. Do that again. Inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Make your way either through downward facing dog or however it's easiest for you to come to the front of the mat. So as you step to the front of the mat, place your hands to the low back and lift yourself up. Just open your chest nicely, move your elbows forward. And as you move your elbows forward, see if you can move your hands back. It's just a little area of the upper chest that we're working to open so you can really take the fullness of your breath all the way to the upper lung area to really expand the upper chest. Keep that and step your left leg back. So as you step your left leg back with your hands in this cactus pose, just tap your left elbow toward your right knee and inhale, lift up. Do that 2 more times. Just tap toward the knee, not on the knee, just a little bit of movement here. Come back to the cactus pose. And one more time, tap down and lift up, elbows forward, hands back. So you're really opening the upper chest. Step the back foot forward and release your arms down. So take your arms in this cactus pose again with fingers spread, with your elbows drawing forward, with your hands drawing back. Step your right foot back. Bend your left knee and come to this nice lunge pose. And same thing, draw your elbow down toward your left knee and come back up. And again, draw toward the knee, leading with the elbow, hands back slightly. And last time, draw toward the knee and lift up. Release your hands and step your back foot forward and place your hands to your low back with your feet nice and wide apart, as wide as your mat is. Bend your knees slightly. Take your pelvis back. Draw your elbows in toward each other and just draw your heart down slightly. Keep your knees bent. Take your left hand to the outer right leg. Just draw the side body really long as you do that. Keep your knees bent for this one. And take your hand back to your low back. And same thing, just take your right hand to the outer left leg and place both hands to the low back and lift yourself up. Take a wide stance. And in your wide stance, have your feet pull in toward each other. Place your hands right at your hip points. Pull your feet in, bend your knees slightly. Hug your elbows in. Just open your heart really nicely. And exhale with your knees slightly bent. Just draw slightly forward here. And just going to move side to side by bending your right knee, straightening your left. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Bend your right knee, straighten your left. Bend your left knee. Let's use our arms along with this action. So bend your right leg and swing your arms the opposite way. Bend your left, swing your arms the opposite way. Bend your right, bend your left, and come back to the center position. Place your hands to the low back and lift yourself up. Turn your right toes out and come back to the cactus pose again with your fingers spread. Draw your elbows slightly forward. It's kind of awkward, but you'll see that this action affects your upper arms, but you'll start to feel it in the neck too. So with the elbows slightly forward, the hands slightly back, bend your front knee. Draw your elbow down as if you're going to tap it to the thigh and lift up. And again, tap down and lift up. And one more, tap down and lift up. Reach your arms out so you open your chest nicely. Reach back toward your back leg. Lift your front arm up and over so you get lots of length here in the side body. And slowly come back to straighten your legs. Parallel your feet. Place your hands to your low back now with your fingers spread and your fingers pressing the flesh of your buttocks down toward the earth. Bend both knees and do that same thing. Just bend your right knee a little bit more and straighten your left. Let your heart soften down. Come back to towards straight legs and bend your left leg. Draw your heart down and come back again. Bend your right knee and bend your left knee. And bend your right knee. Straighten your left leg. Bend your left leg. Straighten your right. And come back to center to lift yourself up and turn your left toes out. Look at the lineup of the front heel to the back arch. Come to cactus pose again. Elbows forward, palms back. Bend your knee. From here, drop down toward the knee and rise up. Keep a nice strong action in the back leg. Have your breath help you out on this. On the exhale breath, draw down. On the inhale breath, lift up. On the exhale breath, draw down. On the inhale, lift up. Straighten your arms. And on the exhale, reach back so that you get all this length here. Just enjoy the nice length of the spine and come out of the pose. Parallel your feet, place your hands right at your hips and heel toe your feet in toward each other. And let's step off the mat so that we can balance a little bit. So find your stance. Pause there so that you're really balanced on 2 feet. Before lifting your left leg, to pause here. And the action is to get this fullness in the chest, the front side of the body. See if you can hold on to the leg, Get all this length from the pelvis to the knee. And if holding onto the foot is not working for you, that's okay. Just let go of the foot, but keep a nice length in the front side of the leg here. Keep a nice stability. Are you still breathing in fully through the nose? Breathing out long through the nose. You can release your foot down. Pause here. Have one hand on a chair or the wall if you wish, but you don't want to lean into it. You want to just trust as much as possible the standing left leg now. So you start on 2 feet. Take more weight on the left leg before getting this lightness on the right. Trying to pay attention to the breath the whole time. See about lifting up your leg here. Just pause. Now, see about getting more length here. Again, the foot is behind you now. You're either holding on to the foot or not. Just allowing yourself to get this length from the pelvis to the knee and opening the upper chest. We did all those cactus actions to open the upper chest. See how you can keep that opening to the upper chest. Keep a nice ease in your breath. Pause here. And as you're ready, come out of the pose and come to a seated position on your mat, the staff pose. As you reach your feet forward, place your hands right alongside your pelvis and see about opening the chest, just like we've been doing during the practice to enhance our breath action even more. Keep that. Inhale, lift your arms up. Take your hands nice and wide apart. Reach forward, reach your heart forward, reach your hands forward. Press the backs of your thighs to the mat and inhale, rise up. Now come to that cactus pose that we've been working on. Draw your elbows forward, draw your hands back, and just notice how doing this with your arms allows you to open up the upper chest just a little bit more. Do that same action. Draw forward with your arms in this awkward cactus pose. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands. Bend your right knee. Bend your right knee, just pull it in. Pull the right knee in and see about coming to hold on to your foot. Hold on to your foot and lift your foot up. Now, if holding onto the foot's not working for you, just hold on to the shin, it's fine. Now, just as if you're just kind of pumping here with your right foot, draw the knee way back and forward and way back and forward. And one more time, way back and forward, and release your foot down. Pause in Dandasana again. Press your hands down to help you move forward on your sit bones and open your chest. With the chest open, with your arms in this cactus pose, with your elbows forward, your hands slightly back, draw your heart forward. Press the backs of your thighs back toward the mat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your hands and bend your left knee. As you bend your left knee, just hug it in nicely. See if you can stay forward on your sit bones. And a lot of times we just kind of get really rounded here when we do this. So you may want to elevate yourself here on a blanket or something so that you can get really tall in the position. Lift your foot up and hold on to the shin or the foot, base of the toes, wherever you can hold on. And just as you're just trying to open up, you just kind of reach it back and forward, and back and forward, and slowly release. And last time, with your legs straight forward, with your arms in a cactus pose, with your elbows forward, with your hands back, reach your heart forward, and inhale, rise up, lie on your back again. And as you lie on your back, bend your knees and plant your feet. We'll do just a little bit more hip work. We did just a little bit of hip work there in our seated pose, and now we'll take the left ankle to the outer right knee. And as you do, as you just kind of pause here in this pose, that might be just plenty for your hip. But if you can bring your right thigh a little bit closer to you and interlace your fingers behind the thigh, do that. And if that is not working for you, then grab your strap and take your strap around the thigh. So make it right for your body today. Just draw your left knee further away from your face. And just pause here. Take your attention to your breath. Get a nice fluidity, a nice smoothness to the breath. Notice as we've been playing with different variations here of poses, how the breath serves you so fully. You breathe in deep and you breathe out long. And the effects are so different if you're really taking your attention to the breath as opposed to the more autonomic functioning of the breath, which tends to be very shallow. Take your attention to finding fullness in the breath. Let's release out of this side. Pause here for a moment. Before we go to the opposite side, let's just check in with a nice bridge pose. Have your elbows pressing back. Now that we've opened the front body in so many different poses here, and lift the pelvis, you can get this nice fullness in the chest. So you lift the chest high to open up really nicely. And now slowly take your pelvis down to the mat. And let's work the opposite side. So take your foot, the right foot just to the outer left knee. You can keep the left foot on the floor, or if you wish, you can lift up and just get a nice opening here. This is a pose where you really have to kind of check in for a while on the pose. The hips can be slightly ornery, and you just have to kind of coax them into a deeper expression of this pose. And how do you do that? Well, it's mostly through the breath and lots of patience. So as you breathe in deep and breathe out long, the action of the breath just helps you gain a little bit more flexibility in the muscles that support the hip joint. Take 3 more cycles of your breath. Nice in breath and long out breath. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Breathe in deep. And breathe out long. You can slowly release your feet down, and with your knees bent, one more bridge pose. So as you press your elbows down, lift your pelvis up, open your chest nicely. Keep a nice fullness to your breath, and slowly release down. You might want to just draw your knees closer and move side to side as a way to massage the pelvic area that we just worked. Or you can come straight into Shavasana. As you start this relaxation pose, begin by just as if it's a mantra for you. Breathe in deep and breathe out long. And if you kind of fall off or lose sight of that mantra, no worries. But staying attuned to the breath, stay attuned to a nice evenness in the breath, a nice softness to the outer body. Breathe in deep and breathe out long. As you are ready, make your way slowly out of Shavasana. Namaste.